HESI A2 Special Senses Questions. Question 1. A learner connects the clues, forms the tough white outer coat of the eye, and protects the globe and provides muscle attachment. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, fovea centralis. Option B, sclera. Option C, cone. Option D, olfactory receptor. The correct answer is option B, sclera. The function described is that this structure forms the tough white outer coat of the eye. A second identifying feature is that it protects the globe and provides muscle attachment. Together, the two clues explain the role in maintaining eye shape. Question 2. Which option identifies the structure that collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal? Option A, semicircular canals. Option B, white matter. Option C, auricle. Option D, basal nuclei. The correct answer is option C, auricle. This structure collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal. It forms the visible external part of the ear. These linked features explain the role in beginning hearing. Question 3. A student is reviewing a concept involved in supporting transparent avascular structures. Which option identifies the structure with this function, nourishes the cornea and lens and maintains anterior pressure? Option A, aqueous humor. Option B, fovea centralis. Option C, primary motor cortex. Option D, doval window. The correct answer is option A, aqueous humor. The role tested here involves supporting transparent avascular structures. This structure nourishes the cornea and lens and maintains anterior pressure. It can also be identified because it circulates through the front chambers of the eye. Stressed about your GED? We can take GED for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Which option identifies the structure that contains receptor cells that detect dissolved chemicals? Option A, taste bud. Option B, withdrawal reflex. Option C, sympathetic division. Option D, tympanic membrane. The correct answer is option A, taste bud. This structure contains receptor cells that detect dissolved chemicals. It is located mainly in papillae of the tongue. These linked features explain the role in supporting taste. Question 5. Which option identifies the structure associated with leaving the eye with visual axons in both clues? It marks the exit of the optic nerve, and it contains no photoreceptors and creates a blind spot? Option A, cerebrum. Option B, optic disc. Option C, reflex arc. Option D, ventral root. The correct answer is option B, optic disc. The function described is that this structure marks the exit of the optic nerve. A second identifying feature is that it contains no photoreceptors and creates a blind spot. Together, the two clues explain the role in leaving the eye with visual axons. Question 6. A student is reviewing a concept involved in beginning visual focusing. Which option identifies the structure with this function, provides most of the eye's light refraction? Option A, the acetylcholine at autonomic ganglia. Option B, autonomic nervous system. Option C, corpus callosum. Option D, cornea. The correct answer is option D, cornea. The role tested here involves beginning visual focusing. This structure provides most of the eye's light refraction. It can also be identified because it is a transparent curved surface at the front of the eye. Question 7. Which option identifies the structure that contains the sensory apparatus for hearing? Option A, cochlea. Option B, broca area. Option C, primary motor cortex. Option D, sclera. The correct answer is option A, cochlea. This structure contains the sensory apparatus for hearing. It is a spiral inner minus ear chamber filled with fluid. These linked features explain the role in converting sound vibration into neural signals. Question 8. A review item describes a structure that is the eighth cranial nerve. Which option identifies it? Option A, vestibulocochlear nerve. Option B, stapes. Option C, atrioventricular bundle. Option D, frontal lobe. The correct answer is option A, vestibulocochlear nerve. For transmitting special sense signals, this structure carries hearing and balance information to the brain. It can also be recognized because it is the eighth cranial nerve. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations.
Are you looking for NACCMA actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access NA-CCMA study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get NA-CCMA answer key today.
Question 9. A learner connects the clues, provides the greatest visual acuity, and contains a high density of cones and few overlying cells. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, cone. Option B, fovea centralis. Option C, dorsal root. Option D, cerebrum. The correct answer is option B, fovea centralis. The function described is that this structure provides the greatest visual acuity. A second identifying feature is that it contains a high density of cones and few overlying cells. Together, the two clues explain the role in focusing directly on fine detail. Question 10. Which option identifies the structure associated with supporting smell in both clues? It detects airborne chemicals dissolved in nasal mucus, and it is a specialized sensory neuron in the upper nasal cavity. Option A, the acetylcholine at autonomic ganglia. Option B, olfactory receptor. Option C, taste bud. Option D, parasympathetic division. The correct answer is option B, olfactory receptor. The function described is that this structure detects airborne chemicals dissolved in nasal mucus. A second identifying feature is that it is a specialized sensory neuron in the upper nasal cavity. Together, the two clues explain the role in supporting smell. Question 11. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle? Option A, cochlea. Option B, crossed extensor reflex. Option C, gincus. Option D, sinoatrial node. The correct answer is option C, incus. A key clue is that this structure occupies the middle position in the ossicular chain. It also passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle. That combination is central to transmitting sound mechanically. Question 12. Which option identifies the structure associated with allowing inner-ear fluid to oscillate in both clues? It relieves pressure created by fluid movement in the cochlea, and it moves opposite the oval-window displacement. Option A, gray matter. Option B, auditory tube. Option C, choroid plexus. Option D, a round window. The correct answer is option D, round window. The function described is that this structure relieves pressure created by fluid movement in the cochlea. A second identifying feature is that it moves opposite the oval-window displacement. Together, the two clues explain the role in allowing inner-ear fluid to oscillate. Question 13. Which option identifies the structures most directly associated with supporting dynamic equilibrium in this function? Detect rotational acceleration of the head. Option A, occipital lobe. Option B, vitreous humor. Option C, crossed extensor reflex. Option D, semicircular canals. The correct answer is option D, semicircular canals. These structures participate in supporting dynamic equilibrium. They detect rotational acceleration of the head, and they are arranged in three nearly perpendicular planes. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 14. Which option identifies the structure that vibrates at different locations according to sound frequency? Option A, somatic nervous system. Option B, basilar membrane. Option C, pons. Option D, a postganglionic neuron. The correct answer is option B, basilar membrane. This structure vibrates at different locations according to sound frequency. It supports the auditory sensory organ. These linked features explain the role in separating pitches mechanically. Question 15. Which option identifies the structure most important for reading and recognizing fine images because it supports color vision and sharp detail in bright light? Option A, cone. Option B, cerebrum. Option C, temporal lobe. Option D, pancreatic islet. The correct answer is option A, cone. A key clue is that this structure is concentrated near the center of the retina. It also supports color vision and sharp detail in bright light. That combination is central to reading and recognizing fine images. Question 16. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Equalizes air pressure across the tympanic membrane. Option A, vestibulocochlear nerve. Option B, pupil. Option C, auditory tube. Option D, sclera. The correct answer is option C, auditory tube. A key clue is that this structure connects the middle ear with the pharynx. It also equalizes air pressure across the tympanic membrane. That combination is central to protecting normal membrane vibration. Question 17. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Transmits vibration to the oval window? Option A, reticular formation. Option B, infundibulum. Option C, stapes. Option D, withdrawal reflex. The correct answer is option C, stapes. A key clue is that this structure is the smallest bone in the final auditory ossicle. It also transmits vibration to the oval window. That combination is central to delivering sound energy to inner-ear fluid. Question 18. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Converts light into neural signals? Option A, sympathetic division. Option B, ventral root. Option C, medulla oblongata. Option D, retina. The correct answer is option D, retina. A key clue is that this structure contains photoreceptors and several layers of neurons. It also converts light into neural signals. That combination is central to beginning visual transduction. Stressed about your GED? We can take GED for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. A student is reviewing a concept involved in supporting balance. Which option identifies the structure with this function? Detects mainly vertical linear acceleration? Option A, spinal cord. Option B, autonomic ganglion. Option C, saccule. Option D, oval window. The correct answer is option C, saccule. The role tested here involves supporting balance. This structure detects mainly vertical linear acceleration. It can also be identified because it contains an otolith organ oriented differently from the utricle. Question 20. A student is reviewing a concept involved in supporting static equilibrium. Which option identifies the structure with this function? Detects head position and linear acceleration? Option A, autonomic nervous system. Option B, the amygdala. Option C, aqueous humor. Option D, vestibule. The correct answer is option D, vestibule. The role tested here involves supporting static equilibrium. This structure detects head position and linear acceleration. It can also be identified because it contains the utricle and saccule. Question 21. Which option identifies the structure that fine-tunes light focus on the retina? Option A, rod. Option B, lens. Option C, atrioventricular bundle. Option D, taste bud. The correct answer is option B, lens. This structure fine-tunes light focus on the retina. It changes shape during accommodation. These linked features explain the role in forming a clear image at different distances. Question 22. A student is reviewing a concept involved in seeing at night. Which option identifies the structure with this function? Supports dim-light and peripheral vision? Option A, autonomic nervous system. Option B, cerebrum. Option C, utricle. Option D, rod. The correct answer is option D, rod. The role tested here involves seeing at night. This structure supports dim-light and peripheral vision. It can also be identified because it is highly sensitive but does not provide color detail. Question 23. Which option identifies the structure best matching this description? It contains hairs and glands that help protect the passage, and it conducts sound toward the tympanic membrane. Option A, external acoustic canal. Option B, sinoatrial node. Option C, auricle. Option D, cone. The correct answer is option A, external acoustic canal. For delivering sound to the middle ear boundary, this structure conducts sound toward the tympanic membrane. It can also be recognized because it contains hairs and glands that help protect the passage. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 24. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Vibrates in response to sound waves? Option A, tympanic membrane. Option B, frontal lobe. Option C, dorsal root. Option D, a reflex arc. The correct answer is option A, tympanic membrane. A key clue is that this structure separates the external ear from the middle ear. It also vibrates in response to sound waves. That combination is central to converting air pressure changes into mechanical movement. Question 25. A physiology item gives two clues. It forms the opening through which light enters the eye. and it changes size as the iris contracts. Which option identifies the structure? Option A, iris. Option B, choroid plexus. Option C, pupil. Option D, lens. The correct answer is option C, pupil. The role tested here involves adjusting retinal illumination. This structure forms the opening through which light enters the eye. It can also be identified because it changes size as the iris contracts.